Hello to all my friends on the Whirlpool forums and on YouTube. My name's Sly and this is EV Talk, also known as Sly Fred on Whirlpool. So hello to all my friends. Now what I'd like to do is do an unboxing today. We've got some charging cables and we've got we've got an EVSE. But this EVSE is going to allow us to essentially utilise almost any port in Australia. And when we're travelling in regional Australia, we need to make sure that we can do that because we don't have a super high charging rate available on our brand new electric car that we've got. Now, speaking of that electric car, the forum, by the way, that we're on is all about the Atto 3, our new electric car that we're picking up tomorrow. Right now, we've got the plug-in hybrid. Now, the Outlander plug-in hybrid EV can charge with AC. Come and have a look at this one. Right, we can charge with an AC and we can charge with the good old DC, if it opens up, the Chatamo DC port. You don't see a lot of those around anymore. So that's a 50 kilowatt charger. It can accept 50 kilowatts of charge. So I've already had some cables and some interesting things that I can use to connect to that. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But the main thing I want to do is show you what we've done to prepare for getting our new electric car. Now, one of those things is we've boosted up our solar system. We now have 6.6 kilowatts of panels. But to access that, we want to make sure that we only ever access solar. We're going to scavenge whatever excess solar that we've got. So how do we do that? Walk this way. We have the MyEnergy Zappy. It's the Zappy 2. This guy hanging here, this is what originally came with the Outlander. And whilst we're talking about that, there's a little point I'd like to make because a lot of people see this as a 10 amp EVSE. That's an EV supply equipment. That's what EVSE stands for. We affectionately call this the granny charger. Now have a look on the back. You might have to pause this video if you want to know more about it. I'll get out of the sun here. Here says current in 8 amps. So it's not, and in fact that's a surprise to me, I thought it was 6 amps. But there you go, it's actually 8 amps. I don't typically get more than 6 amps out of it. I guess that's because of losses in the cable and so on. So I get 1.4 kilowatts of power, well energy, going into that car. So this has been okay, no worries, it's been good to travel with, but not going to be enough for our new car. So, walk this way. Here we have, from EV Chargers in Melbourne, Australia, some nice blokes. I spoke to them on the phone. They really understood their stuff and they really understood what I was interested in, and that was to not only have an EVSE that could plug into all the power points in Australia, but that I could set the appropriate current levels for that EVSE. A lot of them that I'd seen coming in from overseas couldn't set the appropriate current settings. For Australia, we need 6 or 8, at least 8, 10. Now to make use of a 15 amp, we need 15 or 13 around there. And then we want to jump up to 20 amps because we have 3-phase 20 amp supplies around, even though we're only going to use one phase of that. And the famous 5-pin 32 amp 3-phase connectors. Again, we'll only pick up one phase. So we need to have the right cables and we need to have the right connectors. This is it.